Hey church family, I just wanted to do a quick update about COVID and some things like that. I'm going to borrow heavily from a pastor. His name is Jimmy Scroggins, and what he sort of shared with his church through Twitter this week. And so I found it to be a really helpful way for us to process what's all going on. Because we sort of had this really big idea that the light's at the end of the tunnel, we're about to emerge from this thing. And then, the Delta variant is hitting, everything. So there's a lot of questions about mask, not mask. What does the government have the right to tell me to do? What does the government have, not have the right to tell me to do? So I think it's important for us to all just sort of be on the same page. One of the biggest blessings has been just over the last several months how little COVID has been transmitted among our church family. We have seen a little bit of growth there from those who are not vaccinated, and I know I might be touching on some people's toes there, but quite honestly, we have seen folks who are vaccinated in our church get COVID. They didn't go to the hospital. Easy for me to say that their symptoms were mild, but by and large for most of them they were. But the folks that are in our church who are in the hospital are those who are unvaccinated, and just take that for what it is. So, me personally, I really tried to walk in the middle of the road here with COVID. I'm not just a full COVID alarmist. I'm not a big COVID denier. I mean, I think it's legit and real, and at the same time, I'm just sort of tired of it, just like all of you. We masked, or we encourage people to wear masks in our church all the way up until the end of May. And ever since the end of May, we've really not said a whole lot about it. So, what I would say is that if you want to wear a mask to church, if that's the way to get you to church, wear a mask. If anybody gives you grief about it, you tell me. And that person who gives you grief and we've got a problem. Because in no way, shape, or form should be people discouraged from church, whether they're in mass or not, okay? I'm hoping that the current, sort of Delta variant and that sort of stuff with COVID, that this will be a sharp rise and a sharp decline. So real quick in the next several weeks, we'll be able to put this, blip, behind us. Real hopeful for that. Real hopeful for the fact just simply that 70% of Arapahoe County, the county that MABC's building is located in, is vaccinated, at least with one dose. And so that gives me great hope that even as other parts of the country suffer, which we don't want them to, but as other parts of the country suffer, our part of the country won't, because so many people are vaccinated. So we're going to, as a church, we're going to continue to meet in person. As of right now, we do not have any plans to mandate masks, mandate vaccinations. I honestly don't think it's my job to mandate vaccinations. I do want you to be encouraged to talk to your doctor. Do not make a decision about vaccination or not vaccination without talking to your doctor. Either way, you just, you need to give your doctor a call and say, Doc, is this thing safe for me? Because I can't answer that for you. It was safe for me. It was safe for others that I love to go and get vaccinated. And so we got vaccinated. But talk to your doctor. My family, we're going to continue to attend church. We're going to go eat out. We're going to go to stores. We're going to go shopping. If I looked at Red Rock's upcoming calendar to see if there were some concerts we would enjoy. I didn't see one. We've been to sporting events, all without wearing masks. And that's our hope to be able to do so. We're willing to take those risks, but we're also not going about our life with any sort of sense of entitlement or bravado, as though this is nothing at all. So we know the risk, and we understand those risks, and we're taking those risks. This we think will continue to be an issue in our country for months and perhaps even years ahead, as the COVID pandemic turns into an endemic, sort of like the flu. Went from I guess a pandemic to an endemic, something we deal with every single year. And we'll just walk that, we'll walk that line as it comes. We'll build that bridge as we walk over it, all that sort of stuff. But here's what I want to be clear on. I want you to come to church. If you're vaccinated, it is still safe for you to come to church. If you need to wear a mask to feel safe at church, wear a mask to feel safe. As I've said throughout the pandemic, there are other things that are going on that are awful, that are life-taking, that our country has gone through because of the pandemic. And so there's a pandemic of loneliness, there's a pandemic of depression, there's a pandemic of isolation, there's a pandemic of anger, of polarization, all those sort of things that has only been made worse due to COVID. And so I would encourage you, friend, if you're vaccinated, come to church. If you want to wear a mask, do so, wear a mask. That's great. If anybody gives you grief about it, don't put up with it. Tell me in a loving way, gently, be reasonable, as we talked about in Philippians 4 last week. Be gentle with somebody, but then come to me and tell me, because I want to know. Because we're not going to have it. This should not be a left issue or a right issue. This should not be a liberal issue or a conservative issue. It should be a love your neighbor issue. And so we should treat everybody with dignity and respect in our church family, whether they decide to wear a mask or not, whether they decide to get vaccinated or not. Everybody is due respect. And so that's my expectation of our church family. And I just want to say I love you. I'm so excited about Aloha Sunday. I went shopping yesterday, got a cool new Hawaiian shirt, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. My boys are so excited about becoming a part of the youth group. So see you tomorrow, 8 a.m., 11 a.m. for worship, 9:30 for small groups. If you don't have a small group, get a small group. Love you guys. Have a good day.